Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with a kind compliment of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Easter is coming, and that means it's time to do some spring cleaning. It's time to upgrade and refresh your home today and save up to 30% off store-wide. Change off that old lounge chair, dining room table, or any furniture item now and save big. Plus, shop our large selection of appliances, televisions, and electronics for the biggest deals. No cash, no problem. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay $0 for 30 days. And before you check out, don't forget to add extended warranty with our Quartz Super Shield product, which will protect your purchase for up to 4 years. This offer is available online at shopquartz.com for a limited time only. Act now before the deals are gone. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with a kind compliment of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene. By summer of this year, there will be more flights coming from the John F. Kennedy International Airport to the Argyle International Airport. This was disclosed by Minister of Tourism Carlos James during a press conference held on Monday. The tourism minister said the addition of flights is very timely as the carnival season is right around the corner. We hear more from Minister James.
We'll see by this summer additional flights being added to the JFK Argyle route, which is the carrier is Caribbean Airlines. We normally will let the airlines make their announcements, but if you were to try to book to come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines today, by July 1st, you will be able to have access to an additional flight coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And just in time for the carnival period, which I'm hoping to see a lot of visitors and Vincentians returning to the destination. So we'll see by July an additional flight, which will take us to 2 flights weekly coming out of New York.
That was the Minister of Tourism, Carlos James. Minister James highlighted that figures indicate steady inbound and outbound traffic with the newly introduced daily service to AIA from the Miami International Airport with American Airlines. The tourism minister said that since its inception on March 1st, 2023, both inbound and outbound capacity are averaging at just under 80% and 74%, respectively. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has issued stop notices at all ports for a Fitzhughes resident. On Monday, March 20th, police arrested and charged a 30-year-old laborer of Fitzhughes, Julius DeBeek, with the offense of possession of an unlawful firearm without a license issued under the Firearms Act. An official release from the RSVGPF states that the offense was allegedly committed at Fitzhughes at about 9 p.m. on December 28, 2022. DeBeek appeared at the Serious Offences Court on Monday to answer to the charge. He pled not guilty and was placed on $7,000 bail with one surety. He was ordered by the court not to have any contact with the complainant and to surrender all of his travel documents. Stop notices were also placed at all ports. The matter was adjourned to March 29, 2023. Still on the local scene, nearly 30 records were broken during the heats for the primary and secondary inter-school heats across SVG. Mr. Khalil Keto of the Sports Department's Public Relations and Media Unit, during a press conference held earlier this week, disclosed that 13 records were broken at the primary school heats and 15 were broken at the heats at the secondary level. We hear more from Mr. Cato.
After both sets of heats, we already started to see some exceptional performances coming out from the athletes on track, and field as well. In the inter-primary schools championships, we had 13 records broken over the 4 days of competition. And in the secondary schools heats, we had 15 records being broken. This, of course, will be the second year that the games are being held at the National Stadium. Last year, of course, being the first.
That was Mr. Khalil Cato of the Sports Department's Public Relations Media Unit. Mr. Cato said that the organizing committee, the Division of Physical Education and Sports, said since taking over the inter-school sporting activity, decided that it would be best to have the event moved to Diamond so that the young athletes can get used to performing on a synthetic surface. On to news in the region. The London-based Commonwealth Secretariat says targeted assessments carried out in two Caribbean Community CARICOM countries show that they are well prepared to pursue the development of sustainable blue economies, while also facing a range of untapped opportunities and challenges. The Secretariat said that the project carried out last year in partnership with the United Nations Environment Programme, the UNEP, Howell Marine Consulting, and the University of Portsmouth assessed the readiness of Trinidad and Tobago and Antigua and Barbuda to shift to a sustainable blue economy. It said in making this transition, countries can draw on ocean resources for economic development while also effectively protecting the marine environment. The Secretariat said that a new Rapid Readiness Assessment, or RRA, method was trialed based on UNEP's Sustainable Blue Economy Transition Framework. The RRA provides governments with a focused snapshot of where to go next, informed by desk based analysis in country stakeholder workshops and interviews. A St. Lucia national is facing murder charges in Dominica. Nicholas Kenson Antwine of Barbano now stands charged with the murder of 33-year-old Alsamora Knight of Zycag, Portsmouth, Dominica. On Saturday, March 11, 2023, at about 6:40 p.m., Knight was standing on Holland Street in Zycag, Portsmouth, when he was struck by a motor vehicle allegedly driven by Nicholas Kenson, who failed to bring the vehicle to a stop after the collision and drove away from the scene. Following the incident, Knight was found lying on the street with severe apparent head injuries. He was transported to a hospital in Portsmouth via ambulance, where he was examined and pronounced dead by a medical doctor. Antoine was arrested by police days later on March 15, 2023, and was charged with murder on March 17th. He was taken to the magistrate court at Wesley, where the charge was read to him. Antoine cannot enter a plea since murder is an indictable offense in Dominica, which means the matter can only be heard at the High Court of Justice before a judge and jury. On the international scene, 4 new military bases to be used by the United States forces deployed to the Philippines will be in scattered locations around the country, including in a province facing the flashpoint South China Sea, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has said. The Marcos administration announced last month that it would allow rotating batches of U.S. forces to indefinitely stay in 4 Philippine military camps, in addition to 5 local bases earlier designated under a 2014 Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement EDCA. According to Al Jazeera, locations for the new bases will include areas in the northern Philippines, a move that is likely to infuriate China as it would provide U.S. forces with a well-situated staging ground close to southern China and Taiwan. Marcos said the particular locations would be announced soon, adding that the sites would boost the country's ability to defend the eastern side of its largest island, Luzon, which is the closest main Philippine island to Taiwan. And finally, in sports, Mesut Ozil, the former Arsenal, Real Madrid, and Germany midfielder, has announced his retirement at the age of 34. Writing on Instagram, Ozil said that it was becoming more and more clear that it's time to leave the big stage of football, with injuries playing a part in his decision. According to Sky Sports, Ozil's final game came on February 2nd, when he was substituted at halftime during Istanbul Başakşehir's 1-0 defeat in the Turkish Super League. It was one of just 2 starts he made for the club after being signed last summer. Ozil has enjoyed a successful international career, earning 92 caps for Germany and starting in the 1-0 win over Argentina as they lifted the 2014 World Cup. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
It's the Quartz Optical Annual Frame Event. Get up to 85% off on selected frames. Book your appointment at www.quartzoptical.com. Get that frame today with no cash from 3 to 24-month credit plans. You don't want to miss it. The Annual Frame Event, up to 85% off, only at Quartz Optical. See in store for details. Quartz Optical, value you can see.
Out with the old, in with the new. In the past, you